Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome to another week, and welcome to another Sacred Union Energy Update where we're looking at the connection between the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. Okay, so we have the eclipse portal that just passed. We are moving into solstice energy. This summer is a big summer of rebirth, a big summer of illumination, a big summer of Two of Wands just came out, choices and crossroads, manifesting your future, manifesting your highest timeline. This year, as we had channeled in the past, is all about embodiment. And as you reach that inner union, you express that or experience that within your outer union with the world around you as a whole, if we're talking about ascension as a whole, or if you're in sacred partnership with your partner. I do want to point you guys to my Instagram, Facebook, and community posts here on YouTube. Do make sure that you're checking those social platforms out and following me there, because I'm posting ascension check-ins as well as some channeled messages that I have been receiving with regards to inner union. What is that? What does that actually look like? How are we moving forward in that? And make sure that you check out the recent channeled message about the divine feminine energy as well. So some higher level teachings coming in. I'm going to have some announcements over the next few weeks with regards to projects I'm going to be rolling out. They have been long in the works, but I am very set and determined to have those resources and teachings available to you this summer yet. It feels like there are big changes coming through. It feels like there are a lot more people who are waking up consciously to ascension. As you guys hear me say, everybody's going through the process of ascension, whether they're aware of it or not. But I feel like there are a lot more people who are becoming conscious of ascension. And I want my teachings and resources to be available to everybody, so make sure that you're checking that out. I also have a sale going on, a special going on. If you want a short and sweet check-in on your connection or your own ascension journey, I have the Sacred Love special and the Sacred Soul special. It's a 3-card reading. You guys love the eclipse readings. I loved doing them. It's a 3-card oracle reading, and then I have some tarot that I pull for clarifiers. Just a quick check-in on what's going on for you, your ascension journey, or with your connection for $25. It is a limited time only special, so make sure that you get your bookings in now. All the details are available on my website, www.susanddawnspiritual.com. Okay, so let's get into it and see what we have going on for this connection. I'm going to get a connecting energy. Let's get a message. Spirit, what is going on between these divine feminine, divine masculines? Feels very united. If you are in physical separation or non-communication, if you are in a little bit of detachment or withdrawal from one another, it doesn't feel like that energetically. It might look like that in the physical, but it feels very united energetically. It feels like really working in harmony, really wanting to express yourselves to each other, really wanting to just, I'm hearing let it all out, really wanting to let it all out. And I feel like that's coming from the masculine side, interestingly enough. It feels like it's coming from the divine masculine's energy of really wanting to step into their higher power of love. So let's just pull some cards and see what's going on before I start channeling more. 8 of Wands. Yeah, exactly. There's this forward momentum that's going on, this united energy that's happening. It says your relationship is picking up momentum, either in communication, commitment, or physical partnership. Allow yourself to go with the flow and see where it leads. A message of letting go of expectations. Allow yourself to release the need of what it should look like, how it should unfold. Just let it be. The message that has been coming forth recently in the inner union channeled messages and the divine feminine message, the channeled messages that I just posted in past readings, when I talk about being the magic, being the love, that's what this is. Just allow yourself to be in the energy of love. Just allow yourself to be. Just allow yourself to be the embodiment of higher consciousness, be the embodiment of your divine power. Be the embodiment of your soul self. Be the embodiment of love, because that is how you align to each other. By being the highest embodiment of love, and your partner is the highest embodiment of love, and you come into this conscious relationship. That's what it feels like. It feels like this uniting. It feels like this uniting within the self, and it's uniting within physical partnership. Wanting to work together is what I'm hearing. Wanting to build together, wanting to create together. This energy is picking up momentum. Remember when I just said that everybody's awakening, everybody's going through the ascension process, some are just more conscious of it than others? Well, that's picking up momentum as well. The consciousness factor is picking up momentum. The awareness factor is picking up momentum. And because you are lighting the way, because you are guiding the way, because you are the way showers here, you on this journey, having done the inner work, having reached that inner union, that harmony, that transformation within, that peace within, there's always going to be evolution. You're going to keep growing. You're going to keep ascending. You're going to keep going more and more into yourself, leveling up more and more. But you've reached a certain point on your journey where you are now acting as that lighthouse for others. The template is shifting, is what they're saying. The template's shifting. And look, Ace of Wands, a new phase of relationship is about to begin. Action is being taken, which will rekindle the flames of love. Let the passion you feel for each other guide you forward. The template is shifting. What you've been doing on this journey is clearing away the old templates of relationship and love. This is the false beliefs. This is the beliefs around what you think love should look like. This is all the old victim mentality, codependency, trauma, heartbreak that was always associated with love, conditional love, patterning. You've been clearing that away to come to an understanding of what love really means and what divine love really means. And now that you've reached that point for yourself and in your journey, you're aligning to your partner with that because they've been going through the work themselves. They've been going through that transformation themselves. So you're aligning to that love. And what's happening is you have this beautiful new beginning. Momentum picking up. You have this beautiful new beginning with your relationship, within your partnership. And I'm hearing if you let it. Remember we saw the Two of Wands? We're at this point right now where there are thousands of potential timelines. You have the choice. You have to make that choice. We're at a crossroads here of you determining what it is that you want for your future, recognizing that you are a co-creator with the universe, that you have the power, the divine power within you to create your reality, but you make that choice. This is your choice point. For both of you. And I feel like once you commit to your highest timeline, once you commit to embodying that love, then you're choosing love as a whole as your highest timeline. And everything aligns to that. But it becomes a choice. Okay, I want to see if there's anything else about that. No, we're going to do this. Okay. This is going to be for the Divine Masculine. Let's see what's going on with the Divine Masculine. What's the current energy for the Divine Masculine, please? Current energy for the Divine Masculine in this connection. What's the current energy for the Divine Masculine? One more. What's the current energy? Thank you. Okay, we have the Princess of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and the Strength card. Interestingly enough, you see how it's almost like a dam being built here? Okay, what I'm hearing from Spirit is this is recognition of the self. I think it was the last Sacred Union Energy update, what we had channeled is, in the past, the Divine Masculine had built a dam, a guard around their heart, blocking love. And what had happened when they met their divine counterpart was the dam had broken and it had flooded. They were feeling flooded with emotions. What I'm feeling here is interesting energy. It's not that guarded energy. And at least it's not guarded from their divine feminine. I feel like this divine masculine had really done battle with their ego, might still be doing battle with their ego, letting go of old templates, letting go of old beliefs, humbling themselves, allowing themselves to surrender to the divine, allowing themselves to surrender to the connection, and allowing themselves to surrender to love as a whole, what it is that they're feeling. But it doesn't feel like they are guarding themselves against the connection anymore. They're not guarding themselves against love. They are allowing themselves, it's almost like this defensive energy of others. Anybody who might be influencing this connection, anybody who might be, anybody or anything who might be, how do I say this? It's like anything that might be separating you from this connection or separating them from this connection, that's what they're building against. It's like this is you and this is them, and they are now trying to prevent anything damaging from coming in to this connection. I'm getting the phrase bull in a china shop, and it's this energy of they feel like the connection is fragile because of how much they have worked on this with you. You might have had a new beginning where things have been coming into harmony, but you're still testing the waters with each other. You're still kind of letting go of old past and old patterns and old heartbreak and old whatever it is, where you are still learning how to trust again, learning how to open yourself up to love in its fullness. In its fullness is what I'm hearing. And so I feel like they're a little bit afraid, the connection being the china shop, they're a little bit afraid of their own ego or situations or other people of coming in, charging in, and ruining everything, shattering what to them seems like it's fragile. I'm hearing that this is them beginning to understand, needing to understand that the connection is sacred. It is a sacred bond where divine feminines had to understand and recognize that you can't mess this connection up. And that is what love is all about. Whatever is meant to be for growth, for evolution, but being in the highest vibration of love means that you're just loving and nothing can mess that up. There are no mistakes, there are just choices. And so Divine Masculine is learning that now. They are in an energy of, I've messed up so much in my life. I've messed up this connection. Everything feels so fragile. Everything that I've built seems so fragile. I don't want my past. I don't want my ego. I don't want my stubbornness. I don't want experiences or situations coming in and messing up what I have built. So I feel like they're feeling quite emotional. They're trying to protect this. They're trying to protect this connection. I want to clarify the Princess of Swords, please. Clarify the Princess of Swords. Yeah, they're looking at this connection. It's a new beginning. They're looking at this connection as fragile because it feels so new, and it's almost like they're looking at it from a distance rather than fully charging in. They don't want to be the bull fully charging in. They don't want to mess it up. They're looking at it as fragile because it is a new beginning, and I'm hearing we've had new beginnings before. What if I mess it up? So they might be keeping their distance a little bit. If you are in communication, there might be, it doesn't feel like a guard so much. It just might be hesitation. It might be a little bit of pulling back. It might be a little bit of Divine Feminines. You might be sensing them not giving their all. It's not that their heart is closed down. It's really important to differentiate. It's not that their heart is closed down. It's just not full throttle, not going full throttle. Yeah, holding back a little bit. Not quite ready to go full throttle because it's fear. They're a little bit afraid of messing up again. For this Divine Masculine, I feel like they felt like they have messed up connections and situations and experiences in their life, but that's a false belief. That's a false template that this person is working through at this time. That's just a false belief. That is something that they need to clear, that they are working on clearing, because there is a beautiful new connection that is available here. Tell me more about the current energy for the Divine Masculine. Yeah, see, exactly. Death, Two of Cups, and the Hermit here. So they might be in a little bit of withdrawal, but I don't feel like it's withdrawal from you. I feel like they are just learning a lot about connection, learning a lot about relationships, learning a lot about themselves, and clearing, transforming anything that was keeping them from this happiness, anything that was keeping them from coming fully towards you. When I say fully towards you, I mean really opening up. Really being vulnerable, really being intimate, allowing themselves that. I don't feel like it's anybody or anything that is keeping them but their own beliefs. Again, holding themselves back because they sense that this connection is fragile, or they think that this connection is fragile. They don't want to mess this up. They want this with you. They know that there was an ending. They know that there's a new beginning here. They knew that this is what they want. They want to manifest this. Yeah, they want to offer this love with the King of Cups here, but it just feels so fragile. And so they're trying to protect this connection here. They're trying to protect you. They're trying to do whatever it takes to make sure that they don't mess it up. But again, that's a belief that they're working through. It's a really, it's kind of choking me up here because it's a really earnest energy, a very sincere energy. The love that's coming through from this divine masculine to his counterpart is very, very sincere, very wanting a second chance, wanting another chance, wanting to make this work. But there's some false beliefs that they're working through here about viewing themselves as, for lack of a better word, and excuse my language, for lack of a better word, as a fuck up. I feel like this has been a pattern for this divine masculine. It's been a belief that they've carried that has affected their self-confidence and their self-worth. Now, I do feel like this divine masculine has really gone through a beautiful transformation in his confidence. He is the king after all. But still working, and I'm hearing retrograde. Retrograde has brought a lot of this back up to the surface, especially if some old patterns repeat. He's becoming more and more aware of those patterns and wanting to change that. But yeah, bull in the china shop. He's afraid of charging in because he's afraid of the fragility of this connection, or at least he's viewing this connection as fragile, and he's afraid of charging forward because he's afraid of messing it up. But he really does want to protect, invest in, and open up to this connection. We're going to get more on how he's feeling towards this divine feminine in a moment. Okay, divine feminine and the divine masculine, what's going on here? What is the current energy for the divine feminine in this connection? What's the current energy for the divine feminine in this connection? We have the shadow side, which is the devil. We have the Queen of Cups. I'm going to take those two, the Fool and Temperance. I feel like you guys might be mirroring each other a little bit. However, divine feminines, you're really in your intuition. You're really trusting yourself and your heart, and not letting this conflict, not letting the ego take over. I feel like you might have moments where you're feeling your divine masculine's energy, and that is having you maybe question the connection, maybe question yourself. But it's asking you to dive deeper into your heart space. It's asking you to dive deeper into your feelings, into your intuition, asking you to dive deeper into how actually do you feel if you let the ego step back, to see the truth of it, to see the truth. So let me see if I can get this energy, if I can articulate this. It's like, divine feminines, you might be feeling some of this energy. You might be feeling like we've had this new beginning, and is it fragile? Is it meant to be? Is it still unfolding? You might be in a little bit of doubt, but I do feel like you're able to easily transmute that because you're going into your heart space, not listening to the ego, not letting the ego rule over your intuition. You're really trusting yourself, and you're saying, no, I know what we have. I know what this connection is. I know what we're capable of. I know how we feel about each other. I know how strong we are. And so with that energy, you're transmuting. With that energy, you're helping to heal this connection and almost like guide your masculine through what they're going through energetically. Let's get some more. Let's get another layer. That was pretty straightforward. Divine Feminine. More about the Divine Feminine's current energy, please. Yeah, Seven of Wands, Ace of Cups. Let's get one or two more. I'm not going to take these, but I'm going to read them. Three of Swords, Five of Pentacles, and the Moon. This is what I'm talking about here. You might be feeling some of that old pain of the past. You might be feeling some of that old energy of abandonment, neglect, rejection, but you're able to transmute that by going deep within the heart space. You're not staying stuck in this energy anymore because you're trusting your emotions, because you're trusting how you're feeling, because you're trusting your heart, and because you're in this beautiful queen energy. You're trusting yourself and allowing yourself to just transmute any part of the past that was holding you back. Tell me more about the Ace of Cups and the Seven of Wands. Thank you. Yeah. And the Emperor there. I feel like you're feeling very connected to your Divine Masculine. Now, you could be feeling their energy. You could be feeling connected in the physical. You could be feeling connected in dream state. This could resonate for everybody in a number of different ways. But I feel like you are feeling the love for your Divine Masculine. Interesting message coming through here as well. You see how he's wearing armor? It's this energy of, I feel like you're the warrior now. I feel like you're the Divine Feminine, like the Empress, but you're decked out in armor too. Now, this is not armor that guards your heart. This is just armor that's like, I'm a warrior. I'm ready for battle. I'm ready to fight for this. I'm ready to fight for this. Not in the same energy that you were in before. Not in the energy of attachment. Not in the energy of need. Not in the energy of codependency. But you're ready to fight for this in the energy of love. In the energy of, I'm trusting in the divine. I'm trusting in how this unfolds. I know that I'm co-creating with the universe. I know that I'm co-creating with my Divine Masculine. That is where I'm ready to fight. I haven't given up on this. I've been following my heart. For some of you, that has meant detachment. For some of you, that has meant walking on your own path for a while. And that's where you're fighting for yourself. But it's a sense of armor. And again, that armor is not an energy of defense. It's not a guarded heart. It's not putting a wall around your heart. It's an energy of just allowing yourself to love and be loved. And not letting anything outside of a negative vibration influence that. Just allowing yourself to be loved, to give and receive love. Because that's the embodiment of who you are. That's where you are a warrior. And again, it's a very different energy from what we had before for the Divine Feminine. It's not an energy of need. It's not an energy of chasing. It's an energy of you've gone through the work of detaching. You've gone through the work of letting go. So that you're just allowing yourselves to be love and see where it goes while still resting in your intuition, resting in your knowing of divine love is here. That I am divine love, and so I'm aligning to divine love. I know it, I feel it, and I'm not giving up on it. That's where you are the warrior. That's where you're fighting. It's not fighting for, it's not even fighting for like a particular person. It's fighting for the energy of love because that is who you are. And fighting is not the right word, but I don't have another one. It's just that warrior energy. This is you in your beautiful empowerment. This is you as the queen. The queen doesn't just sit back. The queen is there at the front lines as well. A true queen, a true king, they're at the front lines as well. That's where you are. And so I feel like with this energy, you have the Ace of Cups, the Seven of Wands matching the Seven of Wands here, and the Three of Pentacles. You are feeling that love. This is you. You being that cup of love. You embodying that love. And now you're like, I believe in love. I haven't given up. I understand what unconditional love is. Unconditional love is not forcing myself on somebody. It's not forcing connection. It's not chasing after connection. It's not needing. It's not codependency. It's not this grip that I have on an energy. It is just allowing myself to be love and to flow. And from that energy, you are just this warrior. This warrior. And I feel like this is you working together with your divine masculine. Like I said up here, you're helping to heal this connection by being in the energy of love. Believing in the connection, your belief, your knowing, trusting your heart, trusting your intuition is what is shifting the energy. And it's not just the energy for your connection, but again, that's having a ripple effect on the planet as a whole. Not just your romantic connection, not just your connection within sacred partnership, but as a whole, because you are embodying love, recognizing the power of love. Okay, I want to see if there's anything else they want to say about that. How is the divine masculine feeling with regards to the divine feminine? How's divine masculine feeling when it comes to the divine feminine? I gotta say, this is a very interesting energy because it feels like a new energy. It feels like many of you have come into reunion or come into reconciliation of some sort, come into a deeper level of your connection, and that's where it feels like a new beginning here. It feels like a rebirth of your connection, and that's where some of these fears might be cropping up. That's where some of this fragility might be cropping up, where the divine masculine feels like it's fragile, is trying to protect it, trying to defend it. That's where you, divine feminine, might be continuing to transmute any old fears, any old doubts. I really feel like there's mirroring going on here, but it feels like there's something new that is building, that is being created here. I'm hearing that you guys are moving out of the self-sabotage energy that you were in. So you might have come together and then taken some time apart, and come together and taken some time apart. So it always felt like every new beginning was like, well, what just happened? It just imploded. But that's what's ended here. This really feels like a new stable foundation here. That's what's ended, that back and that forth. And even that back and the forth recently, as you come into the sacred union process of outer union with your counterpart, or even inner union, that back and forth even felt different. It wasn't that runner chaser. It was just taking time to align, and then maybe the energy was overwhelming, or maybe you were triggered, and so it took some time to retreat to yourself. But even that energy was different. Even that energy was in more harmony, in more connection to each other. Any non-communication, any retreat wasn't for long, and it wasn't in an energy of you were no longer feeling rejected, you were no longer feeling abandoned. It was a recognition of, okay, we're just retreating because we need to heal more, or we need to figure stuff out for our own paths more. So it wasn't, if you did retreat physically or energetically, it was just more detachment for your own, finding your own way is what I'm hearing, finding your own way back to each other. And that's the process of sacred union. You know, sometimes the energy can be so intense as you come together that you take some time apart, it takes some time apart because you're recalibrating, because you're rebalancing, especially as you're having that soul merge. But what it feels like right now is everything feels like it's recalibrated, everything feels like it's really balanced out, and everything feels like it is so merged. And so that newness might be cropping up with some hesitation. I don't have another word for it. It doesn't feel like full-on fear. It just feels like hesitation, because it feels like, have we been through this before? But this feels very, very new. This feels very positive. This feels like forward momentum. This feels like new beginning. This feels like new creation. And you're creating this together with your divine counterpart. Okay, I want to see if there's anything else I want to say about that. And no. All right. Spirit, how is the divine masculine feeling about the divine feminine? How's the divine masculine feeling about the divine feminine at this time? How's the divine masculine feeling about the divine feminine? Luminosity. He is seeing her clearly. He is seeing her in her light. He's seeing her depth. He's seeing her soul. He's seeing her love. He is seeing her in her light, in her luminosity. And I feel like he is learning how to trust her, learning how to open up to her, learning how to let her guide him. The feminine energy, as we talked about in the channeling that I just did and posted, is all about, she leads the way from a very connected place, from a very higher level place. The divine masculine grounds that energy. He's very supportive. He's very protective. He's very grounding energy, a balanced energy for her. And she needs that. She needs that energy in the physical world in order to ground whatever it is that she's receiving. I feel like this divine masculine is seeing her in her light, in her depth, in her intuitive nature. It's this high priestess energy that's coming through. He's seeing the transformation. He's seeing the work she's put in. He's seeing the transformation she's been through. And he's seeing her just blossom. And I'm hearing he's falling more and more in love with her. And it's not the old template of falling in love with her. It's the template of, it's rising in love. It's rising in love. Recognizing that by loving her, he's growing and evolving into the best and highest version of himself. And he's helping to ground that energy through his own masculine energy. He's helping to ground the relationship, wanting to ground the relationship in the physical form. I'm hearing wanting to come together. Oh my gosh, look at the bottom of the deck. Love. Exactly. Exactly. I feel like this masculine is just completely open-hearted. Just completely just enamored. But it's not in that maddening way. It's not in that chaotic way. It is just in a beautiful, peaceful, loving, yes, passionate. Yes, sometimes it feels intense for this divine masculine. The energy can be very overwhelming and intense, but this feels so peaceful, so beautiful, so harmonious. I'm hearing recognizing the balance. I'm seeing the yin yang symbol, and I'm hearing that recognizing the match, recognizing how you match frequencies, recognizing that they are the yin to the masculine's yang. This is a really beautiful energy, and I feel like I'm not doing it justice because there's so much specific phrases that they're giving me, interestingly enough. This is a really beautiful energy for the divine masculine and the divine feminine. There's a recognition here, an acknowledgement here. There's a peace here, a harmony here that's coming through. When I say this is a new beginning, this really feels like a new beginning. And not just a new beginning of coming together, but a new beginning of partnership, of true partnership, of sacred partnership, recognizing the sacred and the light within each other, and working together within that light, within that love. How's divine feminine feeling towards the divine masculine? How's the divine feminine feeling towards the divine masculine? Yeah, exactly. Compatibility. And there it is, the yin and the yang. Oh, and I just saw the divine masculine pop out as well. This is exactly it. That compatibility, that harmony, that working together. Previously in this connection, there had been a lot of friction, but that was only because of old templates, old triggers, old traumas, old heartbreak coming up. It wasn't the divine masculine, the divine feminine themselves, but how they mirrored their old patterns, their old habits, their old heartbreak and traumas to each other in order to heal. But now what's happened is it feels like through this healing process, there's been more balance, there's been more harmony, there's been more coming together. And now everything just feels copacetic. Everything just feels compatible. Everything just feels harmonious. And that's this new beginning. Recognizing each other as each other's equal match, recognizing the love within each other. And you see this, it almost feels like the divine masculine is sending just love to the divine feminine, and she's receiving it. Where she had once been blocked, maybe not able to fully believe, maybe not able to fully receive this love. Now she's able to receive it. She has an open hand, and the left hand is the one that receives the energy. The right hand is the one that gives the energy. Divine masculine is giving love to the divine feminine, and the divine feminine is allowing herself to receive this beautiful yin-yang energy as well. I'm going to get messages with the Lover's Oracle here. I feel like what do we need to know for the divine masculine when it comes to this connection? What do we need to know about the divine masculine when it comes to this connection, please, Spirit? What do we need to know about the divine masculine? Yes. A new beginning. The past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. We talked in the beginning about choices, crossroads, manifesting from your highest timeline, from your highest potential. I feel like what the divine masculine is going through right now, like as we talked about here with the tarot, is they are really letting go of the past, where they believe that they would mess everything up, where they believed that they were sabotaging. Remember when I said letting go of the self-sabotage energy, both of you? They're really letting go of any self-sabotaging tendencies, patterns, habits, any energy that was holding themselves back from this connection. They're letting their past be in the past. They're really moving forward, keeping their eye moving forward, keeping their focus on what it is that they're creating rather than what's in the past. And learning to follow their intuition. This follow with faith is tied to the divine feminine. Remember when I said that they're looking to their divine feminine is providing insight to them, in essence leading them. Now, it's not leading them. The divine masculine really leads in the physical by grounding that energy, taking divine action. But the feminine is the one who, the feminine energy, and remember, you hold both energies within. So the divine masculine, following their inner feminine, is following and trusting their outer feminine. And by proxy, the feminine who is following and allowing the divine masculine to take the physical lead is trusting their inner masculine to do the same. So it's a real balancing out here. So divine masculines are trusting their divine feminine, just opening up their heart to them with their insight, with their connection, and allowing themselves to be led in that essence, And as they're led from the intuition, they're taking concrete action, physical action, laying down roots is what I'm hearing, laying down roots, building the foundation in the physical. So this could be finances, this could be career opportunities, this could be just even, something with regards to your connection, your relationship, some kind of action. This divine masculine is laying down roots and building the foundation for this connection. Okay. Divine feminine. What do we need to know about the divine feminine when it comes to this connection? What do we need to know about the divine feminine when it comes to this connection? Sacred union. Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There is no point trying to change that which is beyond our control. Honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. This is the energy of accepting the now moment. Accepting the unfolding. Not having expectations, not perceiving outcomes or controlling outcomes, not in that energy of force, of control, of resistance, of need. Just allowing things to flow, allowing the energy to flow, just being in the energy of acceptance. Oh, yeah, the energy of surrender, exactly. Okay, let's get a romance card. This is my written on the heart deck. So let's get, what does the Divine Masculine want to say to the Divine Feminine? What does the Divine Masculine want to say to the Divine Feminine? I saw, I'm a fool for you, I'm so in love with you. Every road brings me back to you. Yeah, they're feeling this connection, wanting this connection, moving forward in this connection. There's that little bit of hesitancy there, wanting to protect this connection, not wanting to make a false step. Treading very, very carefully. That bull in the china shop again. Treading very, very carefully. Divine. It's also an energy of they don't need to. This is just what they're working through right now. So it's not something that they need to do. They don't need to tread carefully in that message of, you know, they can't mess up this connection, but it's their own fears that are still holding them back a little bit. Divine Feminine is doing a beautiful job of transmuting that for themselves. So I feel like you're really mirroring each other and transmuting this together, moving forward together. That momentum will pick up. That confidence will be there. That momentum will pick up. Divine Feminine, what do you have to say to the Divine Masculine? You're the song my heart loves to sing. Beautiful. And a message between you two. I want to be brave for you. You're my perfect moment. I want to be brave for you. Yeah, that's that confidence. Remember what I just said? Confidence is building. It is. It is building. The momentum is building. This is a new beginning for you both. Beautiful. All right, you guys, that's going to be it. A short and sweet reading for the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. Hopefully we'll be back later this week with an Ascension relationship reading. This is the higher level Ascension connection of masculine and feminine energies, how that's affecting your relationship. This is more of a physical connection reading. So we'll be back more on the channel later this week. I'm sending you all so much love, so much light, and we'll see you next time. Bye.